No, hi everybody. That wasn't awkward. It is good old Coffee Stitcher. Um, I hope everyone's having a great day. It's Wednesday. It's WIP Wednesday. And I have some whips. No chains, just whips. This isn't 50 Shades of Garrett. Um, so, yeah, hello. I hope everyone's doing well. Do have some whips, and then I have sort of an update on a project. Um, So, and then I forgot, I ordered some stuff for my LNS, and it hadn't come in yet. So when I was there checking out it the other day, I discovered that there were two Gentle Arts flosses, both called Ruby Flipper. One is a wool, one is, regular cotton floss. So I had to have them, because they're called Ruby Slipper. And those for now, the Ruby Slippers. They're the precious. The precious. And there you go. That was really mostly there so I could use precious. There's nasty habits that are trying to take that precious. Because I realized, after pointed out by Stitching May, that I did not actually use the phrase precious in that entire video where I did the Gollum voice. So there you go. Maybe one night I will transition from Gollum to Carol Channing to Bernadette to Liza Minnelli, and you can see the range of my impressions, and possibly Ursula from The Little Mermaid as well. Anyhow, on to the whips. I got a lot done over the last week. Like, I actually had enough that I could have done a whip video when I did the giveaway video. That's how much I got done. I had a very productive weekend. So, I guess the first thing to show is, it's kind of all folded weird, so just please ignore that, because of the way I've got it pinned at the moment. But here, okay, this is just not working. But here is part one of Cloud's Factory. Yay! And part of part two. I did get a little bit of a start. There it is. This one actually doesn't have... Oh, no, I guess the purple flowers were weeks, but otherwise it's all DMC. I'm not the world's biggest fan of satin floss. I love its effect. Not the biggest fan of using it. But I will persevere. I'm really enjoying it. It's a quick, relatively easy stitch. A lot of fun. I'm going to try and finish up Aquarius before the end of the month so that I can do Pisces and Aries next month, and then I can just, then I'll be caught up. So, so that's done. Then I guess my next update was I got Rapunzel finished in Once Upon a Time from the Frosted Pumpkin. Or at least mostly finished. Her hair still has to happen, but that'll be after I do the entire finishing. There we go. So there you have it. I didn't do a whole lot of alteration. The tower is very narrow because I got off of my counting and didn't realize it until it was too late. And then because of the taking out of the clouds, I had to move the birds. So this open area will be filled by hair. So there is the Rapunzel. Just gotta do her hair. My goal, and I'm really committed to this, I really want to get this done no later than the end of May. Because I really want to start the Welcome Home sampler from Papillon Creations. That way I can find out how well I like doing projects with lots of specialty stitches, more so than Whoopsie Daisies, which I'll update in a second. Because I'm supposed to do with I'm Coffee Stitcher, Stitcher Linguist, and Kiara, also known as the Grey Tail, or Next Thursday, or Terrace Baba, depending on where you are. we're going to do the Papillion Creations Around the World in 80 Stitches sampler, which is a 24-part stitch along. I don't know what our timeline is going to be. We haven't really set that up yet. But it's 80 different specialty stitches in the thing, and it's really cool looking. But I wanted to find out how well I enjoy that before I commit to that, because I don't want to commit to something I'm not going to follow through on again, which, more on that in a moment. Then I spent yesterday and part of today, and I'll work on it again tomorrow because I'm going to my grandmother's, and this is a good travel project, working on Whoopsie Daisies. So I've now got the entire height of the project charted. So this is how long it is. I did this block yesterday, and I started this one today. This one was a lot of fun once I got done with the little outer box, because outer boxes, they're mindless, but they take me forever. And it was 12 by 85, so it was 85 down and back. I did do the thing that I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was Thread Garden? Ooh, or maybe not. Was it Christine? I don't know who it was. Somebody had a video that had stuff with frames, which is why I was thinking it was Thread Garden, because I was thinking it was one of the Hawk Run Hollow charts. I could be completely wrong. But where every 10 stitches you do a full cross to help you count easier. That did make things a lot faster, and I love that. So, hey, there you go. That's a new thing to learn. And then with it, I did divided eyelet stitches on the big flowers, and they look really cool. And I found that from Papillion. And then this box, uses the fly stitch, which that was charted in. And I did actually try and come up with something other than just regular crosses, and I tried the Montenegrin stitch, and I think I did it wrong, because it just sort of looked like gobbledygook. And I also tried, maybe the long cross stitch? I looked at borders from Pocketful of Peppermint. So I need to, and if someone has suggestions, I probably need to see some videos on how those are accomplished, because I don't think I'm translating the instructions to actual physical project very well. So if anyone has any suggestions on where I can find that, pass it on, please. Also, Stitcher Linguist, because I think you watch my videos, and if not, I'm gonna know. I don't know if you do videos on FlossTube. He's another male Stitcher. He's definitely on Instagram as Stitcher Linguist, with a period between Stitcher and Linguist. So if you're out there, Stitcher Linguist on FlossTube, because I see you use the hashtag, link me to you. He's a pretty cool dude. We've only talked a little bit on Facebook, but he's a pretty cool dude. So, yeah, so there's Whoopsie Daisies. I did a little bit on Master and the Macabre, but honestly, you can't tell. I'm just working on the roof. So until really the roof is done, it's not going to look like I've done much work. And what I'm doing is, every time I rotate a project, I'm doing 6 strands of the roof. Because once I get through the roof, there really isn't another section that's just big, oh my gosh, one color. So once I'm through that, then the rest of the project should start pulling itself in together pretty quickly. So the only other one that I have to update is Soda Stitch, in the Fairy Tales book. I completed the first page, and I got a little bit nutty with some of the things that I've done. Nutty in a good way. I decided after the last video where I had the carriage done, I decided to go back over the tin roof, because I didn't think it was standing out. So I used a Krynic to backstitch around the leaf and across the wheels. So here's the... It's so big. That's what she said. There we go. That's a little bit more... Ow. Just poked myself with my needle. There we go. Okay. There we go. This is easier to hold now. There's page 1. So I went over it with a silver Krynic. And then I did my horsey. And I changed it. The neck, it was grazing, so I raised it up and I gave it a little feather. Its little claw thing and the feather are both Dragonfly Lotus. It's Carnation for the lighter pink, and then Flame Queen for the darker pinky red, which I think is absolutely gorgeous, and I think will make a second appearance. I don't really know where, but it will make a second appearance. Come hell, high water, or both. And then, I don't know if you can tell too well, but both the tail on the Big Bad Wolf and the mane and tail on the horsey are Whisper floss. It was my first time using Whisper floss. I like the effect, but it's definitely something I will only use sparingly. It's kind of a pain to work with. It's not as bad as some of the things I've worked with in my life. It doesn't make me want to gouge my eyes out with a dull spoon. But it's not my favorite thing either. But the effect makes it totally worth it, in this case. So I'll use it on manes and tails. I haven't decided if I'm going to do it on all of the White Rabbit or not. As of now, I'm thinking not. And I don't think I'll use it. There are some sheep. I don't think I'll use it on the sheep, but I may. I don't know. We'll see. The sheep I'm actually thinking I may do with French knots. God help me. But fortunately it's Ada, so that should make it easier to make sure I'm placing them correctly. So that's where I'm at on In the Fairy Tales book. I did go ahead, I've charted out my alterations to Alice in Wonderland, as well as Cinderella and Her Prince, as well as bought some stuff for them. So they're ready to go. I do know I'm going to have to do a little bit to the Snow White section, but not a lot. So those will be in the next, coming soon. I haven't decided which part I'm going to do first, if I'm going to do Alice or if I'm going to do Cinderella, because I don't know. I think I'll probably start with Alice, that way I can finish out Gretel, since she's all that's missing from Hansel and Gretel, and finish out the little piece of the road. Logically, that's how I feel like I should be working, because I'm trying my best to follow the Yellow Brick Road. Follow the Yellow Brick Road, which brings me to the next topic. As some of you know, I was doing a Wizard of Oz chart titled Follow the Yellow Brick Road, for someone in an Oz Facebook group that I belong to, who, I don't have confirmation of this for sure, but I'm 99% certain they're special needs in some way, and coordination to do cross-stitch is not there. And so back in my very early days of cross-stitching, I agreed to do it for them. And it was a, what was it? Designer Stitches kit. Designer Stitches, from what research I've been able to find, was a company in the late 90s to the early 2000s based out of England. And they did licensed cross-stitch charts. And there were Disney and Warner Brothers. So Wizard of Oz, Scooby-Doo, and Disney seem to be the things that I found. And of Disney, I've mostly found Winnie the Pooh. And they're your standard sort of kits like that. Well, the package was still sealed. Obviously, 1999 was 14 years ago. So when I got so I got it, and I sat down to do it, And the floss was awful. I still don't know what brand of floss it was. It wasn't Anchor. It wasn't DMC. I don't know. None of the numbers they gave matched anybody else's numbers. They're not MCGs, Candamar, whatever it is. Beats the hell out of me, who they were. But it was tangling, it was knotting, it was snapping, it was ugly. And so I thought, you know what, I'll rip out and start over. Well, in the process of ripping it, fabric tore completely. So I went and bought new fabric, new floss, started again, and was really bored with it. And here, I'll show you the picture. It's all, as you can see, basically just one solid color for everybody. The Tin Man is easily 10,000 stitches of one shade of gray. So I was really struggling with it. I thought, you know what, I'm not happy with this. So I sat down and spent a good couple hours looking at floss colors and trying to figure out how to shade it so that it looked like something that I would be proud to stitch and proud to hang. And I went out and I was doing it on white Aida, and I went, no, white Aida is way too bright. So I went out and I bought some natural linen, or natural colored Aida, and I started it again. And I got the 1/4 of Dorothy stitched, and I started in on Tin Man, and I just lost interest. Like, and every time, I kept feeling bad, and I kept trying to work on it, and every time I did, it was like the project was a Dementor. It was like it was sucking all of the life and joy and pleasure out of stitching that I get. And I'm not sure if it was because I hated the chart that much, or if it was because I felt obligated. But having tried doing things unseen, which is intent my mother really wants, I think it's more, if it's a gift for someone, then I feel obligated and I don't like doing it. In this case, I know a lot of it is the chart. The chart is crap. The design is crap. There's a reason designer stitches went under. So I contacted the individual last night and said, look, this is not going well. And I've had it now almost 6 months. I'm not making any progress on it. I don't enjoy it. I don't think it's a good chart. I don't think, I can send you back, and I will happily send you the chart and fabric and a new color list for the DMC colors that exist. But I don't think you would be happy having someone else stitch this, because I don't think you're going to like the overall finished product. I said I would be more than happy to stitch another Oz chart for you, and I sent 2 or 3 links to ones that I have along. And they ultimately decided no, that it was whatever. First I was told to keep it, then I was told to trash it, then I was told to send it back, then I was told to trash it again. I don't really know where it stands. But I tried. So, discovery about myself: I cannot stitch things with other people specifically in mind, because then I don't want to stitch on it. And that probably makes me a terrible person. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I just know that I enjoy stitching, and when I try and do it for other people, then I quickly lose enjoyment in it. Not because I'm doing most of these for myself. I mean, I don't need to keep any of these, just about. But I guess it's that it becomes an obligation, so then it feels more like a job and less like fun. Which is why I've been very hesitant to do my own designing, and why I'm still very hesitant to do my own designing, and why I still probably won't do my own designing. So, there we go. I've kind of rambled on for a while now. Alright, so we're almost through with March. We've got another week left. I basically have done all of my goals, except for the one on Poe, which I will hopefully get done. So we're rocking and rolling. I did buy, Satsuma Street had a 2-day sale on its new chart, so I bought a couple of the charts. So I got my first Satsuma Streets. I don't know when I'll do them. But I bought Pretty Little San Francisco, I bought the new cat one, and I bought the Christmas ornament one. So, no idea when I'll do those, but I bought them, because I wanted them, and they were on sale. We're getting close. I would assume we'll be getting another Stitchy box soon. This is the month for the Halloween one to ship. I haven't heard anything officially from Stitchy Box. Oh, seriously? Seriously. I really hope this is still recording. It looks like it is. New Stitchy Box should hopefully be here soon. Yeah. And we're getting close probably to the clue for the next Frosted Pumpkin. Which I would also like to go ahead and throw this out there because I'm getting a little bit annoyed by saying it. Guessing and going, what books did you like to see? Yes, it's a lot of fun, but please quit guessing things like Harry Potter, or The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, or Jurassic Park. If it's a book that was written and published after 1923, it is still under copyright in the United States. It will not happen because Ashley and Amanda could go to jail. So, if it was written after 1923, published after 1923, not going to be in there. Quit guessing it. You're just setting yourself up for disappointment. I'm pointing scissors. That's how serious I am. Anyhow, I guess that's about it. I hope everyone's doing great. And yeah, I'll see y'all soon.